Hello, we have a tornado warning that has just been issued for portions of Benton, Carroll, Madison, and Washington counties. It has not yet popped up on the screen, however, we'll do that shortly. It's going to be for this area along I-49, north of 412, south of Lowell. It's going to be north of Tonatown. We're going to try and get us a camera view of it here. On an R dot, there it is popping up there. So like I said, it's going to be for Benton, Carroll, Crawford, and Madison, as well as Washington counties. And one moment, I'll try and get us a camera pulled up here. Trying to find one now. Okay, here is a pretty good view of it. Let me just switch over to, nope, not that screen. There we go. So yeah, switching over here, if there were to be a tornado, it would be on the ground back in this area. So let me go ahead and show you what we're looking at on radar first. It's going to be this area of rotation where we have this wind blowing away from the radar and this blowing towards. They come together to form that rather tight couplet right in this area. And that's kind of what we're watching, what we're seeing to be that possible tornado. And this is going to be headed off to the northeast here. One moment, I was not expecting to be immediately jumping in here like this, but it just came out. Let me just make sure everything is on, and yes, it is. Okay. All right, so yeah, this tornado warning is going to be for this area. It goes until, let me check. It goes until 1:45 a.m. It's moving quite fast, so we'll probably be out of that warning area before then. But again, this is going to be for Washington, Benton, Madison, and Carroll counties. And it goes for another 28 minutes. So we're going to pull up the 4-pane, which is what we're using radar scope for. And it's going to show us a lot of data at once. But in the top right corner is what we're mostly looking at. It's going to be where that green and that, in this case, beige, come together. Because that beige and that red is wind blowing away and the green is wind blowing towards. On the bottom right, we are looking at the correlation coefficient, which would be showing us if there was any kind of debris being lofted. I'm not seeing that currently, which tells me that it is likely not on the ground at this current moment. However, if you are in this warning area, you do need to be taking it seriously and seeking shelter. I want to take another look back here at the iDrive R-dot camera, see if we can see anything. There's a lot of lightning with this storm, I can tell you that, because I'm just south of it. And there's been nothing but an onslaught of lightning. So we do want to be, we should be able to see it if there is something going on. Pulling this back up, we'll zoom in here onto the street level. It's going to be crossing Wagon Wheel Road around to the east of I-49, moving off to the northeast. So this is going to be going right through Lowell up towards eventually Eureka Springs. Eureka Springs is not included in this, neither is Berryville. However, it does include Madison and Carroll County. So Huntsville, you are not included in this either. However, northern portions of your county are included in it. And there's an update on that tornado warning. I'm going to go ahead and take a look, see what they are saying about it. It is an observed tornado. So this is a tornado that is confirmed to be on the ground. Let me see where they are getting that from. From broadcast media. So broadcast media is reporting a tornado is confirmed to be on the ground, crossing Wagon Wheel Road, moving to the northeast. I'm going to go ahead and put a track on this, see what time it will be arriving where. It's moving at 45 miles an hour. So if you know anybody in the names that I'm about to call out, then might want to go ahead and give them a call, because it is 1:18 in the morning. And there's the update telling us that it is now a confirmed tornado for Benton, Carroll, Madison, and Washington counties. So this is going to be entering Lowell right now. So if you know anybody there, they need to be taking shelter. It's also going to be headed up towards War Eagle at 137. Let's see, Eureka Springs at 155. So that's going to be nearing the top of the hour here. They are not included in this, but they do need to be mindful of it. Berryville is also not included in this, but they do need to be mindful of it, as well as it will be nearing them at about 2:05. So those are just some times to keep in mind. as this does continue pretty much right over downtown Lao. I'm going to go ahead and circle where that area of rotation would be. Again, it's going to be right in here, off to the east of I-49, directly over low. I'm butchering how to pronounce that. My mind is blanking on that currently. But looking back at the iDrive, we can see that just a few minutes ago, this was pretty clear. Now it is engulfed in rain. So if you are trying to look at this, you're not going to be able to see it. There's no point in going outside to look. This is about as close as a camera as we can get. We can probably get one on Wagon Wheel Road. Yeah. There we go. This does look north, so that looks right at where it would be on the right side of this screen. However, like I said, there's so much rain with this storm, you're not going to be able to see it. Although there is a lot of lightning, it's not going to be backlit. There's just going to be too much rain. I'm not sure how they confirmed it. It did say that it was a broadcast media confirmed tornado. I'm going to see if we have any correlation coefficient to see if, let me switch screens there, to see if we have debris signature being lofted. And I'm not currently seeing anything that would line up with that. So they might have a chaser on it to confirm it, but I'm not seeing it on radar to be confirming it, but this is still being reported as a confirmed tornado. So if you're in that area, you do need to be taking it seriously. And I'm going to zoom back out here and show you that this does include Benton, Carroll, Madison, and Washington counties. Washington County is pretty much in the clear at this point. Fayetteville is not included. Johnson is included, but it's going to be north of you. Springdale, northern ends of Springdale needs to stay in shelter. Tonatown is included in it. You should be safe. It is off to your northeast, and it is moving northeast, so it is moving away from you. People up in Bella Vista, Pea Ridge, Centerton, you are fine. Rogers, you are included in this. Go on in and take your tornado precautions, but it should stay to the south of you. So again, this is going to be moving off to the northeast towards Eureka Springs and Berryville. If you know anybody in those areas, give them a call. Let them know that this is a tornado that has been confirmed on the ground moving towards their area. That circle is out of date. Let me go on ahead and get a new circle in here. It'd be right in this area. It is nowhere near as intense as it was velocity-wise. So what likely happened is it was just a pretty quick spin up, produced a tornado according to broadcast media, and then it's appearing as if it's no longer as intense as it was. And I'll go on ahead and take another look at it with the 4-pane just to make sure we're not missing anything on it. And again, yeah, it's really nowhere near as intense as it was. So I'll go back to when that tornado warning was issued. And this is when that tornado warning was issued, right when it was crossing over 49. When I'll circle that, you can see just how intense that was, where that green and that beige came together at 113 compared to how it is now at 119. And again, this radar is about 3 or 4 minutes behind, so there is a delay, but it's just not showing as intense as it was. And even still now, we can see that the rain has already cleared up there. Speaking of which, we'll click over to reflectivity, and we can see that there is a bit of a hook there trying to wrap around something, but we're not seeing that on velocity as intensely as we were seeing. So we do have this right in here where we would have some inflow into the storm, and then we would have this area trying to wrap around that rain, trying to wrap around, causing some gust fronts along this area. But velocity-wise, we're just not seeing what we would be expecting to see if there were to be a tornado on the ground. I'm going to check and see if this is still being reported as a confirmed tornado. It is still being reported as an observed tornado. It was observed by broadcast media. I've not seen that yet because I'm not looking at their feeds. Let me see if I can pull up on Twitter and see what's going on here, because I'm not seeing this. I know that it is quite an intense storm. At least it was when it came through here. For reference, I'm over in Fayetteville, and I was looking north at it when it came through, and it was quite electric, I'll say. Just going to take another look at velocity, waiting for the next update, and I'm not, Let's see. That is about 2 minutes delayed. This will update about every 2 to 3 minutes, so we should be getting the next update within the next 30 or so seconds. So as soon as that updates, we'll be able to see it here and tell you where it is and where it's headed. So just waiting for that next update, which should be, again, happening any moment now. And I'm trying to see local storm reports. Not seeing anything pushed through there either. Yeah, and I'm not seeing anything on Twitter that would also tell me where they confirmed the tornado to be. So we're just waiting for that next. In the bathroom in Lao. Yeah, that area rotation went right over the city there. Okay, they have updated this. Let's go on and take a look at it. They have dropped the observed warning status for it, so this is still a tornado warning. However, we don't believe that it is currently on the ground. So this is going to be, let me go on and circle this. It's going to be this area over Beaver Lake. It's the remnants of it at this point. It is nowhere near as intense as it was. If you live west of I-49, you are in the clear. If you are west of 49, you're in the clear. Go to sleep. It's 1:30 in the morning.
New information.
There's an update telling us that they have downgraded it. They've also dropped Washington County from it. So all of Washington County, you are in the clear. Again, people out towards Eureka Springs, Berryville, you do need to be mindful of this. I don't believe that it will persist that long. This does not have all of the indicators of it being a intense tornado, a intense long track tornado, but just be mindful of this because this storm is headed in your direction. And so looking at reflectivity, we can see a little bit better of where that circulation is by looking at it on reflectivity. I'm sorry, it's 1:30 in the morning. I'm a bit tired. We can see it a bit better by looking at reflectivity, just because we have this rain that's trying to wrap around and that rain that is trying to push in there. So what this is telling us is that this storm is trying to rotate, but it's not being able to do it. It's missing some kind of component that is preventing it from producing. They did have it earlier as a confirmed tornado, but they have since dropped that tag on it as it continues to push off to the northeast at 45 miles an hour, I believe was the most recent. Now it's downgraded to 35, so it's moving at 35 miles an hour, and that is headed up towards Eureka Springs and eventually Berryville. They are not included in that warning, however, as of current. And I do want to take another look at velocity. This is the newest update as of about 2 minutes ago. So we should be expecting us another update here in about not 3 minutes, within the next 3 minutes of that last one. So next 30 seconds or so is when that one will come in. And as of the last update 2 minutes ago, it was over Beaver Lake. And again, it's just the remnants of the rotation. I'm not seeing that intense rotation that we would come to expect. 412 out near Tonatown, you are in the clear. That area of rotation did come pretty dang close to you. So there might be a chance that it was on the ground before it went warned. But yeah, that's going to be an issue for people to focus on in the morning when the sunlight comes out, because they're not seeing anything tonight. And we still have some showers expected to persist throughout the night after this severe weather moves through. And I want to take a look here. Let's check the hail. Let's see what kind of hail we're looking at. Yeah, we can see we have some hail falling over Rogers, Lau, and that's also going to be moving up towards Eureka Springs eventually. Correlation coefficient-wise, I'm not seeing anything that would line up to say that there is a tornado on the ground. So at this point, I'm just waiting for this warning to either be canceled or expire. And again, this update now is about 3 minutes old, so we should be getting the next update within the next probably 30 seconds, and that will tell us a little bit better of what it's trending to do, because it's been downtrending in the past couple of scans. It's ramping down, which is good. And hopefully on the next scan, National Weather Service can see that and say that they want to cancel it. But we'll see what decision they make when that does come in. I want to take another look back here at the iDrive RDOT camera, and now we can see that the skies have cleared up again. So in the span of not very long at all, we went from clear to could not see a thing to clear again, because that's how quickly this storm has moved through. And here's the most recent update, and we can see that it has mostly gusted out. So we see that we are now dealing with a straight line wind problem that is going to be headed towards Eureka Springs. So they're going to be getting some wind over there, but fortunately, it will not be tornadic when it gets over there as it stands currently. I'm going to take another look at reflectivity, and we can see that even that area that we were saying was trying to form a hook, even that area is not there anymore. So this storm has really fallen apart. And at this point, we're just waiting for the National Weather Service to cancel the warning or to decide to let it expire. Because I see no reason why they would let it continue, or why they would extend it into Madison County further. Not Madison, Carroll County further. And I'm just trying to check social media here to see if there is any pictures of it. It was a confirmed tornado by broadcast media at one point, but I've still not seen any videos of it. I'm looking at one video that's just like a strong thunderstorm. I'm not seeing anything to indicate that that's a tornado on the ground, though. It was some pretty intense rotation when it was passing north of Springdale. When it really ramped up, it was directly over 49. So I'll go on ahead and pull this. Nope. Hide that. There we go. So I'll go on ahead and put this kind of in motion so we can take a look at it earlier when it really did ramp up. So this is when it really started to ramp up. You can see that it went over Tonatown as it was starting to spin, right near 412 there. And that would have been at about 1 o'clock as it went over there. And then at let's see, about 1:13 is when it really ramped up over I-49 along North 40th Street and Bacchus Ave. And then that just continued northeastward. Really, if there were to be a tornado, it would have been near, let me get some street names here, south of Wagon Wheel Road, right along the county line of Benton and Washington counties. That would have headed north up towards Oldwire Road, near Thompson Road. So if there were to be a tornado that touched down, it probably would have been between 412 and Wagon Wheel Road to the east of 49, just east of 49. And now we can take a look at it, and we can see that that area of rotation is just completely fallen apart from where it was. This is probably when it was its most intense. That would have been putting it right over Schultz Road in, what city is that? I guess that's Laolasso. Just south of Wagon Wheel Road and north of the county line. That's probably when it would have been its most intense at around, let me get what time on that, at around 1:15. And since then, it's just gusted out, and I'm expecting them to cancel it. It's supposed to expire in 11 minutes, so they're probably just going to let it expire at this point, but they still could cancel it. And like I said, after this does move through, we are going to be looking at some showers throughout the night, but this should be the conclusion of our severe weather threat. For Arkansas, we are going to have some severe weather tomorrow, and they have just canceled that tornado warning. So we do not have a tornado warning currently in effect anywhere. That's going to pop up here on the screen here in a moment saying that they have since canceled that, and meaning that the only thing that we have active is this severe thunderstorm warning that is set to expire in 11 minutes. So I do want to quickly take a look at power outages just to see if just to see if we do have any kind of power outages, you know. That is often a good indicator that there was a tornado on the ground. If I can find a power outage map. It's probably, I'm assuming, I'm hoping that's through Entergy because they have a pretty good, easily accessible map. And it is not. Okay. I'm not familiar with the power companies out here. I've been out here for a few months, but I'm not familiar with the power companies. There we go. All right, in Benton County, there are 120 people without power as of current, according to the Carroll Electric Cooperative. So it is possible that one did go through there. We'll just have to wait and see. Yes, Carroll Electric. We'll just have to wait and see what the National Weather Service says. If they get damage out there, then we'll see that. And also, if I do see images of damage, I'll be posting that in the Discord, which you can find in the channel description. And the severe thunderstorm warning has been updated now, and we'll see that pop up here on the screen as well. But I'm going to go ahead and end the stream here. Severe weather threats should mostly be over for the state. I'm a bit concerned about this just looking back in here, but again, I don't think the environment is favorable any longer.
New information. This severe thunderstorm warning has been updated.
So, yeah, y'all have a good night. Y'all can join the Discord in the channel description. And, yeah, y'all have a good night. Stay safe.